Hello dear friends, today we are going to speak about the full moon that is going to occur on February 12th, 2025 at the 25th degree of Leo. And Leo, it's all about our self-expression, it's all about our achievements. And it's time to show our results, time to show off, to show what you have created, be it a project, be it a book, be it, be it a painting, or whatever creative things you like. Maybe it's just a dish you have cooked, it can be anything. So, and for the full moon, it's time to finalize things and to get rid of the things that no longer serve us. That's why sometimes it's emotional, because we're used to holding things tight in our hand. It's difficult to say goodbye to even small things. It's important to find balance between individual needs and the needs of others during this time, because this full moon will be at the axis of Leo and Aquarius, representing the balance between individual needs and desires and the needs of other people, friends, society. And besides, this full moon forms a square aspect to Uranus in Taurus, which can bring a lot of changes, rebellious behavior, and unexpected events. So don't expect anybody to be very adequate at this time, and be prepared for unexpected changes, because this emotional energy will encourage many people to express themselves in a very unique way. But it's so unique that sometimes we're just shocked by their uniqueness. and also it's a time when a lot of unexpected things happen in this society. So be prepared for unexpected things. So when you're making plans for the next week, the week of the full moon, so be prepared for any disruptions, for any changes, unexpected changes, so it will, you can feel it. So we will all feel it, but everybody in different sphere. And it's very interesting, because Leo energy, it emphasizes creativity, self-expression, and the need to shine, the need to be recognized. And Uranus makes you restless, it makes you so independent, and it leads to a lot of impulsive action that can create a lot of conflicts. So as you understand, there can be changes both at the individual level and at the level of the society. And guys, your impulsive action should be controlled, and you should watch your temper, what you say, how you say, and because it's no good with Uranus, we can lose important people in our life if we don't control our emotions. To fully understand how this full moon is going to influence your life, we need to look at the houses where this full moon will occur, the houses of your horoscope, I mean, and we'll see where your ass will be kicked by this Uranus energy. So be prepared for changes, be prepared to be flexible, otherwise, so we will have to cry. Okay, but don't cry, you say, okay, I know, the energy is crazy, I just have to accept it and see how I can adjust to the situation and what I can do. Dear Aries, you will have the full moon in your 5th house, and the 5th house is a house of creativity, romance, children, and joy. And it's going to be a great time for you to express love, to tell the people you love that you love them, to propose to the person you love, and so it's time of marriage proposals, and if it's in the picture. If you're already married, maybe it's time for you to take up a new hobby, or make resolutions about these hobbies, or just demonstrate your creative achievements to this world, to show off what you have already done. It's also a time for you to be engaged with your children in some project with the children. So maybe children will be demonstrating their talents at this time. And it's a wonderful time for parties, for just going out. It's the best time to go out and express yourself creatively. But unfortunately, there is one but. And the full moon is going to be in tense aspect with Uranus in the second house, and it looks like there can be surprises with your finance, or probably you will want to go out a lot, have a lot of fun, but it can be pretty expensive, or there can be just some unexpected expenses that will prevent you from being spending a lot of money on your creative project. So guys, watch your purse, don't overspend, not to be stressed, and have a good time. Go out, so be in love, fall in love, go out. It's a good time to fall in love too, and just be creative, but at the same time be in your budget. If you have fun, and don't gamble it's or you will lose all your money. It's not the time to gamble, guys. Okay, enjoy this full. Dear Taurus, the full moon will occur in your 4th house. This is a house of home and of your family. And you can expect a lot of events happening in the place you live. So there can be changes in your living situation. Many of you will move in, move out. Maybe some of you will have to relocate because of the change of the work. Some of you will decide to live independently from your parents, and it's time for you to move out. Some will have these nice purchases of the property. Some of you can start the renovation. It's also a good time to improve your relationship with your family members, or at least clear up all misunderstandings that you have had probably lately. And it's time to bring emotional stability and improve your living situation if it's possible. But unfortunately, there will be Uranus in your 1st house that is going to square this full moon. And it looks like you're going to be very rebellious, very independent, and you will have a lot of personal plans and desires that can be in conflict with the needs of your family and of your house. Probably you have to do the renovation and you're a bit lazy, or so there will be just a conflict between your personal needs and your family needs and the needs to improve things. So guys, be prepared, control your temper, don't spoil your relationship with your family member. They are the most important people in your life. Dear Gemini, you're going to have this full moon on February 12th in your 3rd house of horoscope. And the 3rd house of horoscope is responsible for your close surroundings and your communication. So this is a time when you can finally resolve some complex issues that you have probably had with communication with your partners. And it's a time to sign good, profitable contracts. It's a time for you to reconnect with old acquaintances that suddenly showing up in your life, or it's time for you to make up probably with your siblings, and time to be engaged in project with your neighbors. And if you have been planning to buy any gadgets, any communication devices, it's a good time too. And if it's also a house of transportation, but don't buy any car until the end of the month, because Mars is still retrograde, and it's not recommended to buy any car when Mars is retrograde. It's better to wait till later. But so use this time, start new courses, start introducing new technologies in your work, and so sign all the contracts if it's possible. But Unfortunately, so there can be some disruptions during this full moon, as Uranus from the 12th house is going to square this new moon in your 3rd house. So it's quite possible that if you have some secrets, they can be revealed, or you will hear some information that has been hidden from you, and it will be a bit shocking for you. So be prepared for some shocks in the information that has been for some reason was secretive, and watch your secrets. So be prepared for abrupt changes, and we need to adapt. The energy is crazy, but we need to adapt to it. Dear Cancer and Cancer rising, the full moon on the 12th of February will be in your 2nd house. And the 2nd house is a house of your finance, which relates to earning and balancing your income and expenses. And it includes all the resources that you have, like all the money you have. And it's time for you to review very closely how you make money. If you're making enough money, maybe it's time for you to find new ways of making money, maybe using new technology, or just take a second job, or just start working if you're not working, or maybe think about how you can invest your money. And it's also, you need to look at your expenses if you're spending your money wisely. So because it's not so easy to make money, and you should not let the money go through your fingers. And also it's like you should consider not only how you spend your money, but also your energy and your time, because time is the only resource that cannot be renewed. So time goes, we waste it, so we never have it back. When you're young, you don't realize it, but with time you start valuing your time a lot. So guys, analyze how you make money, how you spend money, because this is a very important aspect of our life. And to see, maybe it's time for you to say, I'm not going to spend the money on these things anymore, or I'm going to cut my expenses, or I'm going just to make more money. So it's also possible, you will see. And besides, this full moon in Leo in your 2nd house will be squaring of unpredictable Uranus in your 11th house. And it's possible that you will have conflicts over resources with your friends, or maybe with some group. So it's time for you to watch your money, and not to be over emotional over the money. So just keep a look on where your money goes, and now if you know what is going to happen, try to foresee the situation, not to spoil the relationship with your friends completely. It's not a good time for you to borrow money or to lend any money from your friends, because it can lead to a lot of conflicts. So guys, be wise and enjoy this full moon. Dear Leo, this full moon will be in your 1st house, and the 1st house is all about it's all about how you show yourself this world. It's about your individuality, about your personality. So it's time for you to make bold decisions. It's time for you to change your appearance. If you're not satisfied with your appearance, it's time for you to start taking some exercise course, or to have your hair colored, or I don't know, so to just introduce some changes into your appearance, new haircut, new makeup, new clothes, whatever. Or it's all about your individuality. Maybe you'll decide to show a new side of yourself that you have been trying to conceal from other people. It's time for you to start learning something. It's time for you to start developing yourself. It's all about you, your desires, and how you show yourself this world. But you must remember that this full moon So it will be squaring of the unpredictable Uranus in the 10th house. And what does it mean for you, dear Leo? It means that it will be difficult for you to balance your personal desires of development, or probably having a good time traveling, seeing something, with the demands of work. Probably there will be a lot of work, too many demands, or it's not the right work, and you can be pretty rebellious at this time, so you can introduce these changes by yourself, or there will be some unexpected changes at work. So try to be prepared for these surprises at work, and try not to initiate anything crazy this week. So it's not the right time, because if you initiate something, it won't be as smooth as you would like it to be. So expect some crazy situations at work, or maybe something crazy will be happening, like, whoo. So guys, this is all about you, and so how you are going to balance your desires with your work. Dear Virgo, the full moon on February 12th will be in your 12th house, and the 12th house is a house of spirituality and of hidden issues. And at this time, probably it will be time for you to release some burdens you have in life, and just forgive the grudges that you have accumulated lately, because they just prevent you from being happy. So your mind is always working, trying to analyze this issue. Just forgive these people and forget, because sometimes things are impossible to explain. And also it's a good time for you to go to the nature, to go to faraway places, enjoy the time alone, the time when you can charge your batteries, and it's a good time for a peaceful retreat in a faraway country. If it's not in the picture, so at least go to the park, go to the forest, go to the place where you can be alone and just immerse into spirituality, immerse into history, I don't know, psychology. It's also a good time for yoga, for meditation, and or maybe you will be helping someone, because it's also about charity. So maybe you will be involved in some charity work in church or in some hospital, which is also good. But you must know that this full moon is going to be in a tense angle with Uranus in the 9th house. So it's quite possible that some of the secrets will be known. So try to keep your secrets very well. And also there, if you decide to travel, there can be some disruption, there can be some changes, abrupt changes. So if you're going to travel, so double check all the documents, double check everything, so that you can enjoy this trip. So guys, as you see, the full moon on February 12th is going to be a bit crazy. So there are going to be a lot of issues. So there will be a lot of changes on all levels, society level, and just level, personal level. So be prepared for these changes, and try not to be too upset if things happen. Just understand that so the only thing constant in our life is changes, so we need to learn to adapt to all of them. Thank you guys for your attention. Enjoy this full moon. Dear Libra, the full moon on February 12th will be in your 11th house. And the 11th house is the house of long-term goals and of friends and social groups. And it's all about your goals. Maybe some of your goals have to be reviewed because the situation has changed, or maybe your perspective has changed. So this time probably you will have to review your long-term perspectives and plans. Besides, there can be some endings with your friends. Maybe you will quarrel with some of the friends. Maybe these friendships are pretty selfish and are not making you satisfied, happy, and maybe it's time for you to release yourself from the friends who just take advantage of you. And besides, there will be maybe some a lot of activity concerning the groups you work in. Maybe you are a blogger on the internet, so there will be a lot of activities in your social media. And this full moon will be intense angle with your 8th house, and it's quite possible that you can have some conflicts over money with your friends, or maybe there will be some conflicts over resources in the group that you belong to, probably political parties over there. But the main issue is it's the question of money. It's all about the money. So guys, keep an eye on the finance, and if it's possible, try to resolve all conflicts peacefully, constructively. So, and if these relationships are no good, then maybe it's time for you to say goodbye to some people. So guys, don't be afraid of this crazy energy. Be prepared for different abrupt changes and enjoy this week. Dear Scorpio, the full moon on February 12th, 2025 will be in your 10th house. And the 10th house is the house of your career and social standing. So it's all about your professional goals. It's all about your career. So it's quite possible that at this time you will get some promotion, but it can work both ways. It can be promotion or it can be demotion. Some of you will get a new position, some of you can lose their jobs. It's also possible. That's why at this time it's better to watch what you say to the boss. And it's also full moon can bring the completion of some big projects, and it's time for you to get rewards for the work you have done. So if you work on social media, especially if you have not had any results lately, and there can be some recognition of your work. You can become the employee of the year or something like that. If you don't have any job, it's a good chance for you to get a job. And it's also, the 10th house is the house of your social status. So some of you decide to get married, but so with these crazy energies, I would wait a little, if 1 week at least, with the marriage, because the energy is too crazy. And so for some of you, it can be all about getting married. And it's also the house of your parents. Maybe some of you will be busy with your parents at this time. So guys, as you see, it's a good time for you to apply for a good job, to demand promotion, but it can be a little emotional because this full moon will be it will be in tense aspect with your 7th house, and the 7th house is the house of partnership. So it's possible that you will have some conflicts with your partners or your colleagues at work. Maybe they want approve of your promotion, or there will be some misunderstandings. So that's why you try to keep everything under control and enjoy this star time. So guys, enjoy this full moon in spite of all this surprise. I hope they were all in your favor, these surprises. Dear Sagittarius, the full moon on February 12th, 2025 will be in your 9th house. This is a house of spirituality, beliefs, and education, and traveling, of course. At this time, there can be a lot of big trips, and probably there will be there can be some difficulties around this trip, so you'll be pretty emotional. So that's why now start checking all the documents, all traveling documents, so not to lose anything, so that you don't overreact, don't get too emotional at this time. And besides, it will be time that a lot of legal matters will be resolved. And some of you can decide to immigrate at this time, or will get the documents like permits to immigrate. So like some of you decide to relocate to a different faraway country, or there can be some decision taken about your education or learning like foreign languages, foreign culture, or maybe you will be involved just in business that somehow is connected with foreign cultures. But you must know that this full moon in the 9th house is going to be in a 10th angle with your 6th house, and the 6th house is a house of health and work. So probably there will be some issues with work that will make it difficult for you to travel, or maybe you will have some health problem that needs to be addressed, that will also interfere with your studies and with your traveling. So guys, check everything, check your health, check all the paperwork you have, also documents, not to have these unpleasant surprises when you decide to travel. So guys, enjoy this full moon. Thank you for your attention. Dear Capricorn, you're going to have full moon in your 8th house, and the 8th house is a house of transformation and your shared resources. So it's high time for you to look at your finance, at how you are investing your money, and there can be probably some like heated discussions with your partners about the money. So it's possible it's time for you to review your insurances, review your investment, joint investment, and it's a time when probably you will get some inheritance. So anyway, there will be a lot of issues with the finance, that with the money that your partners have and that you make with your partners together. And it's time for you to be careful with your finance, as there can be some unexpected changes in your finance. And besides, this full moon in the 8th house is going to be in a 10th angle with Uranus in the 5th house, and it's possible that you can lose money gambling, so I wouldn't recommend you to gamble at this time. There can be some unexpected expenses connected with your romantic partners, or maybe children, hobbies, creative projects can be too expensive. So guys, try to balance your creativity and your desire to have fun and your finance, and don't gamble if you make any investments at this time. So you must make sure that you are investing your money safely. Don't risk your money, it's not the right time. And if there are some unexpected changes, well, try to control your temper and not overreact. Thank you for your attention. Dear Aquarius, the full moon on February 12th is going to be in your 7th house. And the 7th house is a house of relationships and the house of popularity. So at this time, you will have a lot of issues with your partner's resolved. So if you have any difficulties in your relationship, so there can be some conflicts, and it can bring like abrupt end to the relationship that are not viable, that don't serve the purpose anymore. So Many married couples will divorce at this time, or decide to divorce, or many couples will break up, or at the same time some couples who have been married and there will be probably some sudden marriage proposals at this time. So, but if you have been in any conflicts, if the full moon is going to bring it to the surface, bring all the problems to the surface that need your attention, need your resolution. It's time for you to seek for influential people to resolve your legal and court cases productively. And besides, Uranus, the planet of surprises, will be in your 4th house, squaring this full moon in your 7th house. So it's quite possible there will be some abrupt, unexpected changes at home, or there can be some quarrels with your partners concerning your property, concerning your living situation or family. So be prepared for unexpected issue with your partners, and there can be also some unexpected changes in your living environment or in the family. So be flexible, so that you can quickly address all these issues without being too emotional. Thank you. Dear Pisces, the full moon will be in your 6th house, and the 6th house is the house of work, health, daily routines and pets. And looks like there will be some situation concerning your health. Maybe it's time for you to address the issue. So maybe you have been waiting for something, but now the situation is so difficult that you need to address. So guys, usually it's not recommended to wait till you feel so bad, and you should go to the doctor much earlier. So if you have any issues with the health, just run to the doctor. If you're pretty healthy, it's a wonderful time for you to start some exercise program, some detox program, and or some new diet, or just to take some products out of your everyday diet. As for your work, there also can be some critical situation. It can be either health or work, depends on how it works in your life, or there will be some changes at work, some new procedures will be introduced, there will be somebody hired or fired, more duties or fewer duties, and some changes, or maybe you are hiring someone to help you with your household, or maybe you just will get a pet. So it's also possible. And this full moon is all about efficiency. It's a wonderful time for you to organize and update your office. Maybe you will get some promotion, maybe some raise, and it's just a wonderful time for you to implement new diets, new discipline, and new procedures to be disciplined. But unfortunately, also for this time, the Uranus, the planet of changes, unexpected changes, is going to square new moon in your 6th house from the 3rd house, and it's possible that you will get some unexpected news that can disrupt your life. Maybe you'll hear some news about your health that you will understand that this is not what you would like to hear, that needs to be addressed. Or maybe there will be some news about your work that you won't like and that will require your attention. So be prepared for the crazy energy, be prepared that many things won't be working properly, not all your colleagues will be adequate, and take care of your health. If you're healthy, all is going to be fine. Enjoy this full moon.